Stupid things. Damn it. Stack up. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Hey! Alright, guys. Ugh. Okay, cool. This thing. Hello, guys. It's X47 here. Here's my first face reveal, I guess. I mean, most of you people know what I look like, though. It's not even that big of a deal. So, I kind of want to do something different with my videos. In my description, I say, you know, gaming, pop culture stuff. So I guess this will be my first kind of review video. And as we all know, 2016 is here. It's I don't even know what the day is. It's yeah, you know, you guys know the day. Yeah. It's it doesn't say on there. The 26th of January. So we're almost a month into 2016. So I want to do a review for of the my top 5 movies of 2015. So, you know, I'm a movie lover. I love watching movies. A lot of the pops I have represent some of the movies and games that I like. I got all the Avenger 2 ones. So, there's been a lot of movies. I actually have a list on here on my computer that I'm looking at right now. So I have a whole list of all the movies that came out in 2015. I have my top 5, and then I have my honorable mentions. Again, it's my opinion. Again, I haven't seen all the movies either, so my opinion could change if I see them all. But at the same time, it's just my opinion. So if you don't care for my opinion, then you know what? Whatever. So I also decided that in my gaming videos that I do, I will be doing, you know, I will be using language. But when I do reviews and videos and vlogs like this is where I'll keep it kind of clean, so it's kind of like family friendly and stuff. But I will say this, I wanted my channel to go in a different direction, so I figured I'd start with this. And seeing that we're only not even a month in 2016, it wouldn't be too late to do this. So without further ado, let's get started. So coming out at number 5 is the Peanuts movie. I went to go see this when it came out. A little bit later when it came out. Well, I guess when it came out. I went down for the weekend to Merced to go see my family, and we went to go see the movie. And this movie was fantastic. Actually, I have my cup here that I got from Great America. I use it for hold my Sharpies and stuff. My cup says my name on it and everything. It's super cool. I'll leave it right there. The Peanuts movie came out, I believe, in November, and it comes in at number 5 for me. It was a great movie. It really, how do I say this? It really had an emotional effect on me. Let's say it was a good movie. I would say, you know, it had the same characters. It brought, you know, a lot of the characters back. It wasn't just one story. It was like a bunch of other things going on at the same time. So it wasn't just surrounded by the one character. It was surrounded by Snoopy, and, you know, there's background story for every single character. So it's awesome. It's a really good movie, and I recommend watching it, especially if you're a fan of the Peanuts movies. Coming up next, I actually have this one. I'll pull it out. I have a whole movie collection here. I guess I'll show you guys real quick. I have like a whole collection right in here of my Blu-ray movies. I only do Blu-ray now. Ever since I watched my first Blu-ray movie, I was like, oh, there are better. So coming at number 4, we got Avengers 2, Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, some of you might think, what? It's only number 4? Yeah, it only came at number 4. And this is why. Now, it's almost the same as the first Avengers movie. So it's literally the same. They go to a city and they go to save the city, and they have to fight off a whole army of people. In this case, they have to fight off Ultron's army instead of the space army, aliens. I forgot what they're called. But it does make my top 5 because, again, it is a Marvel movie. It's an Avenger movie, and it was very. I bought it on Black Friday. I got it for, I think, $10, $10 to $12. So it was definitely a good deal. And I would say that Age of Ultron had its moments. It was definitely recognizable, and I would agree that Age of Ultron was a great movie. It was definitely a great movie, and however, little spoiler, it wasn't the hold on, let me type something up real quick. It wasn't okay. It wasn't my top Marvel movie of the year. You know, there's a couple that came out, and Age of Ultron was a good one, but it didn't do justice for me. I loved it. I'm not saying I didn't love it. I loved the movie, and I always love that movie, and I'll watch it over and over again. And I'll still love it, but it was so low on my top 5 because it was literally like the same thing to me. But again, the same thing though, being amazing at the same time. So coming in at number 3. Pretend I didn't do that. Coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 3, I actually have this one too. I got it for Christmas. Is this one. Is Jurassic World. Now, I would definitely say that Jurassic World is at a good spot at number 3. I wasn't really into the whole dinosaur thing as a kid. I didn't really care for it. But Jurassic World, when I went to go see it, it reminded me of the original ones, of the very first one when I first saw it. It reminded me of that moment, and with that moment, it was so immersive. I was able to feel the same things I felt, and it definitely was better than I expected it to be. It blew my mind. It definitely beat Age of Ultron. In fact, it was pretty close to my number 1 movie. Really close to being my number 1 movie. But 2 movies I watched. One's gonna be obvious for a lot of you people that know me on that well. One of them's gonna be obvious, but the other one might come as a surprise. But Jurassic World comes at number 3. Great story. It wasn't. That's the thing, though. They went in a different direction with Jurassic World, which I think was a good thing, and they did great things with it. So I liked it a lot. I can't wait to watch it again. Coming to number 2 now, might come as a surprise for you. I haven't gotten a pop of him yet, sadly, but I will. Is Ant-Man. Now I remember thinking, what the, like I just said, what the you know what. When I saw this movie coming out, and I didn't realize what it was going to be. So, Ant-Man comes at number 2 because it's phenomenal. It was one of the best films of the year, I would say. And a lot would agree. It didn't make a lot of box office breaks, but it was definitely better from a percent of people who saw it. Was in fact just wow. That I want to watch that again. What is that? Ant-Man? Who's Ant-Man? You know, Captain America wasn't in it. Falcon was in it. If you guys haven't seen it, that's a Marvel movie I would definitely recommend you guys go watch. So, great movie. You know, I tell you what, Disney's making a lot of a lot of money off of these movies coming out. You know, they own Marvel, they own Star Wars, they own, you know, Pixar too. I mean, they own everything. They own everything. They're buying out everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they bought out Legos next or something. So before I get to number 1, I'll do my honorable mentions for this year. My honorable mentions. This isn't in any order. Like, there isn't any number order. It's just movies I'll mention that I loved in 2015. And the first one was Inside Out. So Inside Out is a Pixar movie, so it's by Disney, and it was a good movie that it was different. Like, I feel like Pixar has never done something like this, and they really thought outside the box for this. I think it was Pixar. I think Pixar did this. I'm not too sure, but they really thought outside the box for this movie. And when they thought outside the box for this, it was a good movie for me to watch because, well, I mean, my major here at Fresno State is psychology, and this movie has a lot to do with psychology. So I thought it was a good movie. I loved it. You know, the characters were adorable and everything. So that gets an honorable mention. Another one is Good Dinosaur, and I saw that with my family about Christmas, actually, around Christmas time. And The Good Dinosaur was such a good movie. I'm glad they went in the direction for that movie, and I found out a lot of facts about it. How The Good Dinosaur has been an idea for a very long time, and they've been trying to work on it, but they had other things get in the way and stuff. Well, not really get in the way, but they had other stuff that they wanted to work on more. So I'm glad they worked more on The Good Dinosaur and that it came out. That's a good movie. If you want to take your kids out or something to a movie, I would definitely recommend going to see Inside Out or The Good Dinosaur. I would definitely recommend those two. They're both Disney, I believe they're both Pixar. I'm not 100% sure. Good kid movies, I mean, they all had a really good message. Inside Out was about, I guess if I had to give an interpretation of the message from Inside Out, it's we all go through changes, and we all go through, life events that it affects our personality and our emotions, like the girl from Inside Out. So I thought it was a good thing. It's like you're always gonna grow, I guess. Like a lot of things are gonna change, but they'll change for the better, is what I think. And The Good Dinosaur was, the whole theme was, leave your mark, and I stand behind that 100%. Living a life is about leaving your mark here. So again, that's just my opinion, but great movies. Another one I saw here in Fresno was Creed. So I'm gonna give Creed another honorable mention because Creed was part of the Rocky franchise, and I love the Rocky franchise. I love Sylvester Stallone. Period. I love Rambo. I have all the Rambo movies. Eventually, I'm gonna get all the Rocky movies, and but those are on Netflix, so I have those at my disposal. Being in college, I can't really spend my money on that kind of stuff. But Creed gets an honorable mention. Creed was one of those movies where it was just like Jurassic World. It reminded me of how I felt when I watched the first Rocky movie, and it's a lot like the first Rocky movie. If you watch them back to back, you'll see reoccurring themes. You'll see reoccurring moments. So it was such a good film. I mean, literally, like, it's the same exact story, but with a different person, a different trainer, different characters. A new person, a new personality, a new time frame. So there's a lot of jokes in there that Rocky Balboa in the movie, he didn't understand because it's 2015 technically. So great movie. If you're a fan of Rocky, I would definitely recommend watching it. So it just depends if you like that kind of those movies. It's a boxing movie. I was very excited for it. It didn't make my top 5. It would have been in my top 10, but I'm only doing 5. But it didn't make top 5 mainly because, well, it just, again, it was a repeat, and it wasn't that amazing of a movie for me to put at my top 5. But it would probably be number 6, I would say, on my top 10. Now this one I actually watched last night. My last honorable mention, then I'll get to number 1. This one I watched last night with my roommate, and he bought it. It's a horror movie, and I don't really watch horror movies, but I'm gonna give this one an honorable mention because it was the most realistic horror movie I have ever watched. I wouldn't even say it's a horror movie. It was funny. I was laughing the entire time. It wasn't even scary, honestly. It was pretty funny, but I wouldn't say it's a good movie. It wouldn't make my top 10, but I'm gonna give it an honorable mention for the story. Now, if you haven't seen it, it was kind of like those Underneath movies that came out in 2015, and The Visit was, how do I say this without spoiling anything? I guess we're not gonna watch it, but The Visit was a movie where a horror movie where it finally didn't have a serial killer. It didn't have anything supernatural. It didn't have any ghosts. It didn't have any exorcisms. It didn't have demons. It didn't have serial killers. It didn't have any supernatural stuff. The Visit was so realistic that it could possibly happen. It's about these two kids go visit their grandpa and grandma who they never met before, and when they go visit, it turns out, well, I'm not gonna say, but anyway, you'll have to go watch it. I'm trying not to spoil anything with these movies that I'm mentioning, but it was a good movie though. It's about I'll tell you this much. It's about psychiatric patients, you know. So again, a nice movie for me to watch with my major psychology, and I was able to watch that and think, people are that crazy, you know. People can get that crazy and get messed up in the head psychologically. So good movie. I will say it's a good movie. It definitely didn't make top 10 though. It wasn't that great of a movie. It wasn't amazing, but I'll give it an honorable mention because I'd never watched a horror story that was really realistic before, and it was a really good movie. So I wouldn't say it's a really good movie, but the story was really good. It was a really good thing. All right. So now on to number 1. Oh god. Stop it. Okay, paused it. So obviously you guys probably knew this was gonna happen, but here are all my pops I got for the Star Wars franchise. There's still more I want to get. I still want to get a BB-8 and all that, but anyway. So Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This probably won't come as a surprise to you guys that this was number 1 on my list for my top 5 movies, but Star Wars: The Force Awakens was the most amazing movie I probably ever watched. And not just because of Star Wars. The thing about this movie is that you don't have to watch the original movies to watch this one. You can just jump into Force Awakens, no problem. The only thing you have to know is the main characters. There's at least 4 characters you need to know. At least 4 characters you need to know. And out of those 4 characters, you need to know how they're tied in, like how they tie in together. Maybe 5, I guess, if you want to count Chewbacca, but I wouldn't really. I mean, the 4 being, you know, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo, and then I guess Chewbacca, but he's not really one of those characters, you know, that plays the most important role, but he's an important character though. But so I would definitely say that The Force Awakens was funny, it was action packed, great storyline, and it leads. I went in there and I didn't have any questions. Like they answered every question for me that I had, and now at the end of the movie I have more questions like what's gonna happen next. I'm not gonna spoil this in any way possible because if you haven't seen the movie, then I'm not gonna spoil it. However, go out and see this movie. I would definitely recommend this 100%. I have it. Well, we have it pre-ordered on our Apple TV. So, and my mom and my mom's boyfriend Jimmy, they gave me an Apple TV, so we have a pre-order, so I can watch it whenever I want to when it comes out. Plus, I will be getting it on DVD. I'll probably get it in the steel case, like my Back to the Future steel case. With all 3 movies, it's a steel case. So, I'll probably end up getting that because I love the movie so much. It was so immersive. Literally, I remember it's probably the best movie experience of my life, sitting in the movie theater, because I'm sitting there in the movie theater and I'm thinking, I can't believe it. It's finally here. I've waited so long. And the fact that I grew up on the prequels, and as I started getting older and more, as I got more mature, I started understanding stories more, understanding, you know, the lore behind stuff, and I understand it more. So it was such an experience because I was able to experience Star Wars at this age and time for the first time ever. So for never seeing, like, the first time ever seeing a Star Wars movie, because I saw the other Star Wars movie when I was little and I couldn't understand it. So it was a very immersive moment. Plus everyone was cheering and clapping when the title went "A Long Time Ago in a Galaxy Far, Far Away." Dun-dun! And you just hear people clapping and cheering. Woo! It was a great experience. I loved it. But the movie itself was amazing. It made me feel happy. It made me feel sad. It made me feel excitement. It made me feel literally every single emotion you can possibly feel as a human. So, Force Awakens is gonna get number 1 on my spot, and it's gonna stay there probably for a long time. Ant-Man was number 1 until Star Wars came out, but I didn't know if Star Wars was going to take number 1. You know, I already had this list kind of made up, but eventually over time it changed. So The Force Awakens was definitely number one, I would say. Again, this is just my opinion, so I can put these back. This is getting ridiculous. I would say that it was number one in my for 2015 movies, and I can't wait for the next episode 8, along with the new one coming out this year in 2016, Rogue One. Maybe I'll do some more another video about information on that. But so this is my top 5 movies plus 4 honorable mentions. If you have any opinions or if you want to say anything, right there in the comments. I think about right here you'll see a little annotation right there about me about my Instagram account. So you go on my Instagram account for xlegend47. I do have another personal one, but I'm not gonna give that out. So if you go on my this account, so xlegend47, I'll put it right there, and you can go on there, check it out. Great movies that came out. It's very mentionable. But 2016, I'm not gonna name off the movies that are coming out. So I'm really excited for this year. There's a lot of superhero movies and a lot of superhero movies actually that are coming out. One being you know, the grand scheme of these two going head to head, and we all know what team I'm on if you know me all that well. So anyway, hit the like, comment, even share if you want to, if you like it. It's just, again, it's just an opinion video. You might like it, you might not, but at the same time, I'm just a person that loves movies, you know. I'm just that. Please stand up, don't fall. Yeah. Okay, cool. Stop bobbling your heads. Anyway, so great movies that came out. I keep repeating myself, so I think I'm gonna end it here. Anyway, guys, this is xlegend47 signing out. WaaBaam!